The neon paint incident. Your mistakes are usually just masterpieces waiting to be noticed. Deep within a quiet, historic district where the streets were lined with ancient, weathered cobblestones, lived a remarkably energetic little blue bird named Pip. Pip was known for his vibrant cobalt feathers and his endless curiosity, though he occasionally possessed a bit of a clumsy streak. On this particular morning, a massive, heavy-duty metallic bucket labeled electric pink had been left out on the path. Intrigued by the label, Pip flew down to investigate, but his foot caught the heavy wire handle. With a startled squawk, Pip tumbled forward, sending the entire bucket crashing over. In an instant, a tidal wave of thick, viscous, blindingly bright pink paint erupted onto the dark cobblestones, splashing wildly into the air. Nearby, a furry rabbit and a red fox stopped dead in their tracks, their eyes widening to the size of saucers as they watched the neon puddle rapidly expand across the alleyway. The surrounding neighborhood was not used to such vivid disruptions. In fact, this specific corner of the city was home to the Dull and Grey Emporium, a place where the architecture matched the mood of its residents, entirely monochromatic, traditional, and deeply set in its ways. As the thick pink fluid continued to creep across the stones, the gloomy townspeople emerged from their shops and homes, gathered in a tight crowd, and looked down in absolute disbelief. Men in formal top hats, elderly women in dark, matching aprons, and children dressed in somber charcoal suits all gasped in unison, firmly believing this accident was a total, unmitigated disaster that had permanently ruined the pristine, dignified street. They wrung their hands and clutched their faces, completely paralyzed by the sudden burst of chaotic color. For a brief second, Pip felt the heavy weight of their judging eyes and the sting of panic rising in his chest. He looked at the massive, vibrant mess he had created, and then at the sea of terrified, frowning faces. But instead of letting fear take over or crying out an apology, a spark of pure inspiration lit up his big, expressive eyes. Pip spotted a stray wooden paintbrush lying nearby. He hopped over, gripped the handle tightly in his orange beak, and swiftly kicked off his tiny blue sneakers. Without a moment of hesitation, he dove feet first right into the center of the sticky, glowing pink puddle. He began to splash, twirl, and leap, using his wings to sweep elegant patterns through the liquid, transforming the terrifying disaster into a joyful, rhythmic dance floor. Seeing the tiny bird turn a terrible mistake into pure, unadulterated fun broke the icy spell holding the townspeople captive. The children were the first to break away from their parents' restrictive grips, their faces lighting up with pure excitement. They rushed to the nearby supply crates, lifting lids to find hidden troves of brilliant pigments. Within 10 short minutes, the oppressive gray of the neighborhood completely dissolved. The entire town joined in on the chaos, laughing and cheering as they threw cups of sunshine yellow, sky blue, and deep royal purple paint directly at the blank brick walls. People climbed up wooden ladders, dipped long brushes into buckets, and splashed color into the sky, turning the once dreary street into a living, breathing canvas of communal joy. By the time the afternoon sun cast its warm, golden rays down the narrow avenue, the transformation was absolute. The dark, gloomy alleyway had been completely reborn as a dazzling masterpiece of street art. Towering murals of smiling, radiant suns and massive, flying blue birds decorated the brick facades, surrounded by intricate splashes of every color imaginable. The townspeople, now completely covered from head to toe in colorful paint splatters, stood side by side, smiling proudly at the beautiful world they had built together. Pip stood right at the center of it all, holding his paintbrush high like a magical wand. They all finally understood the ultimate truth of that chaotic morning. When life gives you a mess, you don't run away, you grab a brush and turn it into art. What is a mistake you made recently that actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise? Let us know your story in the comments section below. If Pip's colorful adventure inspired you to find the beauty in life's messy moments, please like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting, creative stories.